Okay.
Just what's the early impressions of this group about halfway through spring ball?
Deep, top to bottom, a lot of competition. Really smart. That's probably the number one thing that stands out is we're asking them to do a lot, and they're handling it really well. But yes, it's a deep group, really good competition, and I'm excited about them.
Pat seems like he stepped up as the alpha now. Brett said that the other day. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, he kind of leads the group. He does it by example. Not a very vocal guy, but he gets in there and works every day. And again, another guy's just incredibly smart, asking a lot of him and putting him in a lot of different positions. And he's doing a really good job. But he does a really good job of kind of, in his own way, bringing the group along with him. And I recruited him at Arkansas, and I'm really glad he's here.
What did you like about it?
I loved him. I loved his tape. I love guys from Florida. So, and I just enjoyed the kid he was then. He's not a kid anymore. But when I got the job, Barry said, "Hey, look, the first kid you need to call, I'm gonna send you Pat Bryant." I said, "Pat Bryant?" He said, "From Jacksonville?" He goes, "Yeah." So it was automatically kind of a cool thing that he was already here.
You said you're asking a lot of these guys. Mm-hmm. Is that distinct for you compared to other spring footballs you've been through in other programs?
Not necessarily. We've everywhere I've been, I think the one thing that's a little bit different for these guys is playing without the football and the blocking aspect of the run game with a lot of stuff that we're doing. But you can only do what your guys can handle, and these guys are doing a really good job of handling everything. There's a lot of guys that want to do a lot of stuff, but if you guys can't pick it up, it's kind of hard to do it. So these guys are doing a really good job. Been really impressed with how fast they pick this stuff up.
What's the most important thing you think you're working on with this receiving core in this spring?
I think the consistency, right, is being the same guys every day. You cannot not being having a great day one day and then coming back and having a letdown the next. And we've done through 7 practices. I think this was 7. And through 7 practices, these guys are doing a really good job of being consistent and being good teammates and playing without the football.
Ashton is just a really intriguing-looking guy. Like, what have you seen from him through 7 practices?
Well, number one, a great attitude, willing to work. I don't know if that guy's ever had a bad day, And obviously, he's got good length. He's got his catch radius is massive. Between him and Tyson Rooks, it's hard to have one, much less 2 like that, But it's an unbelievable kid, very smart, works really hard, and is going to add some serious competition and depth to that room.
For Tyson, what's the process of moving one side to the other? How do you kind of help navigate him through that?
Yeah, he's right now he's getting off of pure athletic ability. But man, I'm telling you, that kid's up here every night. My family's here now. My family wasn't here. He and I were in there at 7:30, 8:30 at night. He wants to learn it. Works really hard, and he cares. That kid cares a lot about what he's doing and proving to everybody that he can do it, and I'm glad I have him.
When you first got here, what were your first impressions of Roy Kelly?
Big body. He reminds me a lot of the Mike Woods kid I had at Arkansas. I was playing with the Cleveland Browns. A little bit bigger, but again, another really smart kid that works really hard. That runs good routes. And another guy that cares a lot, man. He's in here all the time. He did something wrong today, and he's running back 10 minutes later. Goes, "Coach, I'm sorry." These guys care. It means a lot to them, and that's the most important part.
What's he mean to that room? His expectations were high last year. They think he can be a player. What's he do?
Yeah, heck yeah, we need him to be. We need him to step up. But about my conversations with him, and it's the same thing. He'd tell you the same thing. But I say, "Hey, look, man, it's time. It's time for you to come on. It's time for you to play with confidence. It's time for you to go make plays." And that's my job is to teach them the offense and give them confidence, man. I want these guys to believe they're the best group in the country, and that's what we're trying to get.
A lot of competition in that slot.
Oh yeah.
What do you make of that competition, those guys?
Yeah, really proud of how Canari's coming along. He's obviously got really good speed. He's done a really good job, and just Hank is just the steady guy that knows what to do. He's tough, smart, dependable, which is what we talk about in this program all the time. And we've worked with a couple other guys in that spot too to get him some reps, and it's nice to be able to move guys around and put different guys in different positions, and then not only be locked into one. That's what we're trying to do, is put as many guys in as many spots to help us as we can.
Which opportunity